Hey, what is going on, guys? So, we're back with another antenna test because somebody in the official DJI FPV group asked if anyone had compared these guys to these guys. So, we've got the ORT Shield designed for DJI, and then the TrueRC X-Air designed for DJI. So yeah, they asked if anybody compared them, and nobody has. So I reached out to Get FPV to ask if they, wanted to sponsor a set for a vlog, and they did. So thank you, Get FPV. I'll put a link to the Shield at Get FPV in the comments or in the description. So they sent these out. They got here super quick. So I figured I'd throw them on, fly them, and we'll see how they do. I'm at my kids' school because thankfully it's winter break, so there's not a ton of people here. There was somebody here earlier, but they left. So I'm going to try to fly around the school. The school is about from where I'm sitting, and I'm parked at an angle facing the farthest part of the school. It's about 400 feet thick, and it's all brick. So we're going to start with the stock antennas because I've seen some videos where people are testing other antennas, whether it be from TrueRC or whatever, and they're saying that they don't work any better than the stock antennas, which is okay. So I figured I'd throw them in there, and we'll start with the stock antennas and see how they do, and then we'll go to the ORT, and then we'll go to the TrueRC, and then at the end we'll kind of talk about the differences. I might try to upload the SRT files so you guys can see the actual bit rate. I'm still going to narrate. And the reason why I say I might try is because editing and rendering one of these vlogs, a 20-minute vlog, takes me about 5 hours. So adding in like extra steps to the workflow is just not appealing at all. But I might try. It's Monday, so I'm off for the holidays, so I might try to add those if it's not too hard. Otherwise, the narrating will be there as usual. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. We'll start with the stock antennas. I think I'll just go straight to 1200 milliwatt, not play around. Flying the Vivid frame because no props in view, so might as well, right? All right. Okay, so we're at 1200 milliwatt, auto temp control on, low latency mode. Let's go to auto focus mode. Oh, and you'll notice that I took off my analog mod just to be able to fit the antennas on. But that's the nice thing about that mod from Rick is that it's just 2 screws and it pops off. It's not a big deal. It took like 30 seconds. Okay, 500 milliwatt on the Crossfire, 1200 milliwatt on the Vivid. I've got my camera tilt set up pretty low in case I have to set it down. Let's see what happens. Recording. Yeah, we'll turn that to dynamic, see if that makes a big difference. Oops. Okay, let's try that. 500 milliwatt still. Okay, stock antennas. 1200 milliwatt. Again, this is like 400 feet. Okay, Crossfire seems to be doing better. 8 megabits, 6, 7, 3, 4, 3. Dude, it's doing it. 2 megabits. Oh my god, it's doing it. 1 megabit. Oh, it's... Oh, okay. Oh, that's the first time I've ever had it lock up like that. That's crazy. Oh, and then I get the DJI logo. Yeah, it completely rebooted. And that's why I brought a skateboard. Be right back. Okay. Got the quad. So yeah, I made it all the way around the back side of the building. Dropped down to about 1 megabit and completely froze up. That was my first time actually seeing the image freeze. So I guess when you get down to, Jesus, 2 or 1 megabit at 1200 milliwatts, things get bad. So that was stock antennas. Surprised it made it that far. So now we're gonna try the ORT shield. Should do better, right? Okay, let me swap antennas and I'll be right back. As always, kids, don't put your antennas on with a torque wrench or else you might spin the RPSMA connector. Just finger tight, guys. ORT shield. Let's try it out. Pretty lightweight. That's kind of cool. Compact. See how far we can make it with this guy. Whew. Jesus. All right, here's the shield. See how we do. Recording. Still people there. Oh, where'd they go? Sketching me out. Okay. On the back side of the building. 14, 6, 3, 5, 4, 2. Telemetry lost. Crossbar is wigging out. Okay, we're at 2, 3. 3. Oh shit, I can't see where I'm at. Okay. Huh. And it's rebooting. Okay, well, that was interesting. So the shields, they made it about the same distance. Huh. All right. Let's go skate back over there. You know, I've had people ask me before, like, why I don't do like a long range test. And the simple answer is because I don't have GPS return to home setup. And if you do a long range test without return to home, you're screwed when you eventually lose signal. So for me, I think the best way to push these systems is with object penetration like this school. This is perfect. And it's turning out to be more of a challenge than I thought it would be. I'm surprised so far the stock antennas, I mean, I didn't like get any footage back there behind the school, but stock antennas went about 20 feet farther than the shields. It's pretty surprising. I mean, I know they're not crosshairs, but you would think any kind of directionality would do better than Omni. Pretty crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how the X-Air how the X-Air does. I mean, unless DJI did something funky with the firmware. When I tested these the first time, you know, they were like more than double the bandwidth. But it wasn't as challenging of a test as this is, like trying to fly through a school. Should have brought some lighting. Okay, same test. 1200 milliwatt. True RC. X-Airs for DJI. Recording. Okay. 16, 9, 6, 4, 3.6, 3.9, still relatively clear. 7, 3, 2, 1, 2, still going. 1, reboot. Damn. So, still froze out, but it made it farther. Holy crap. I'm really surprised that it can't make it all the way around. But, you know, that makes this vlog short. Okay, more exercise. Okay, so those weren't exactly the results I was expecting. You know, I expected the True RC X-Air to do the best, but, you know, they're the most expensive, so that makes sense. They're the highest gain. Now, so if we talk about the ORT shields and what they are, they're patch antennas. So if you think about like a Menace RC Pico, that purple thing, it's like having 4 of those instead of 4 crosshairs. So, you know, those patch antennas, they're not intended to be as good as crosshairs. But they are smaller, they are a lot cheaper. So like in this case, they're half the cost of the X-Airs. But again, I didn't expect them to not do as well as the stock antennas. So like I'm surprised none of them made it around the whole school. But the X-Airs went the farthest. The stock antennas were about 20 feet behind them, and then the shields were about 20 feet behind the stock antennas as far as distance made. It's crazy. It's crazy that like they all just failed. But I'm gonna try the shields against the stock antennas one more time, close range, maybe 200 milliwatt around the portable, and I'm gonna, you know, try to face that direction and see if the results are similar. Because yeah, I'm surprised they didn't beat the stock antennas. That's kind of weird to me, and I think it's, I don't know, maybe a fluke, or I don't know. My wife is waiting for delivery for something that she's kind of getting for herself for like her birthday / Christmas, and something just got dropped off at the house, but it was like a drone, not her thing. She's pissed. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna try again. We're gonna try stock versus shields one more time at low power, 200 milliwatt. Okay, 200 milliwatt. Everything else is the same. Not that it really matters with Omnis, but I'm going to face the portables. It's awkward. Ooh. 9. Ooh. 8 megabits. 9. Let's do a couple of passes for good measure. Eight, 7, 8, 7. One more. Seven. Okay, so it seems like our lowest with the stock antennas, 7 megabits. Okay, let's try the shields. Okay, make sure I'm facing portables. Don't look at my butt. Ten, 11, 8, 9. $14, 12. So yeah, they're doing a lot better in this instance. Yeah. I got down to 11 that time. So at short range, 200 milliwatt, they did a lot better than the stock antennas. I don't know what to make of that. Because they failed sooner going around the school, but going around the portables, 7, 11. I mean, they were like 4 megabits higher, so like 11 megabits versus down to 7 at short range. I don't know why they would have done worse going around the school. Okay, so yeah, kind of a weird test. I think the shields, they did better than the stock antennas around the portables at close range, but worse than the stock antennas behind the school. Maybe it's because they have a really wide beam. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It's either gonna come down to. I can't explain why they didn't do as good around the school. Honestly, can't. I mean, they failed a good 20 feet earlier than the stock antennas, but at close range at 200 milliwatt, they did a lot better than the stock antennas. I didn't expect them to do as good as the X-Airs because, again, the X-Airs cost twice as much. They almost have twice the gain, if not more. I don't remember if they're 10 dB or 13 dB for the X-Airs, but X-Airs are going to have twice the gain. I mean, they're obviously going to do better, but again, you're paying for that performance. So I think for $60 for the pair, it's not a bad deal. They're pretty compact. They're pretty lightweight. I don't know. With these patch antennas in general, I wouldn't leave them on just because, like, when you stick them in your bag, that's a lot of force on the joint. But they are lightweight. They're affordable. They look cool. And yeah, they are going to get you a little bit of a boost over the stock antennas, but then again, so might maybe just like getting the Singularity 4-pack would make more sense. But even then, that's like another $15. So, for the price, if you're really looking out for your budget, these might be the best option. Because, I know the Lumineer 4-pack is pretty pricey. The Singularity 4-pack is $75, I think. Dual X-Airs are like, I want to say that's like $120. So for the money, if you're just looking to upgrade performance over stock, these might be, pretty good bang for the buck. Again, if you're watching your budget. I don't think they're the antenna to go for if you're just looking for absolute best performance, best range. That's probably still going to be like the X-Airs or the VAS Cyclops or something like that, right? And it's just a case of you get what you pay for. Would the test have been any different with aftermarket antennas on the Vivid? Maybe, but I mean, since it was the same antennas for all of the tests, it's not really an issue here. But yeah, like I said, I didn't expect them to outperform the X-Airs. But then I didn't expect them to fail earlier than the stock antennas behind the school. So I'm kind of this test is not as conclusive as I would have liked. And it's hard I can't just keep running that test because I don't feel like skating behind the school every time. But yeah, you guys tell me what you think. Tell me what you make of it. In the high power test around the school, they kind of lost out, but in the lower power test, they handedly beat the stock antennas. So yeah, you guys tell me what you think. That is the ORT Shield set for the DJI goggles. And again, thank you, Get FPV, for sending those out. And again, there'll be a link for those in the description. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.